average for him. And sometimes you just don't have it, and I don't know. Heyman just a little off tonight. As still no saves credited to the Tars. Faceoff's going to be won. No, nice check there by the Tars. Almost said it was going to be won there by Tampa. However, Tars in there battling. You got 2 red jerseys, 2 white jerseys, and the white jerseys are going to come away with that one. Sally controls. He'll work it far side. Pass is not going to be handled there by Shimmick, and an unforced error there by the Tars. It's going to turn it back over to Tampa.
We'll see if the Tars do something a little bit different on defense here with the that play that the Spartans keep running with where they set the pick with Q and get a short stick matchup on him. Maybe you do something like lock him off, or start the short stick on him playing out aggressively, something to try and change up this rhythm that the Spartans have gotten into.
They are certainly in a rhythm, and I tell you what, Q is as well. He's got 4 on the evening so far. There's that drive from top center. All top right. Gonna drive there on Hansen. Nice pickup there. Shimmick. All work back side right. Nobody really hanging out back behind the cage for the Spartans. I'll leave one player back there. Tell you what, this certainly wears on your defense too. It is tough to play defense and run backwards the whole time. And there's a shot that's going to miss the mark. Ball out of bounds back behind, backed up by the Spartans. Now you always think about, oh, let's get the middies a break, let's give them a rinse kind of thing. But you don't necessarily think about, your bigger guys are typically playing defense. They've been playing defense a lot. They will wear out quicker than some of your smaller middies and everything. As the drive inside, it's going to be nicely handled by the Tars. Little shot there. Coming there from Q. Oh, out of bounds there, says the official, as Jackson just stepped on the line.
A little bit of a lucky break for the Tars. They stepped on the line as his backwards try to save it pass went right to the stick of number 8, Brian Wright, and he had a wide open net.
All top center, Spartans. Beautiful check there from Shimmick. And caused turnover, king of the Tars. Works it over to Hansen. Hansen with a chance at a fast break here. He'll take a shot, and there's a save there. Ball out of bounds, back behind. Backed up there by Sinkyu. As we're going to have a timeout called by Tampa. Tampa calls a timeout there with 7:12 remaining in this second quarter of action. Tars getting a little bit of wind in their sails, and the Spartans immediately calling a timeout after that fast break. Get connected with Rollins Athletics. Visit the new and improved rollinsports.com for the latest news and information. And check out the Tars Sports Network for live video and audio broadcasts, as well as on-demand content. You're tuning in to the Tars Sports Network. Thanks for joining us here this evening on an absolutely gorgeous night for lacrosse. Low 70s, not a cloud in the sky, sun setting right over my left shoulder here, as just a beautiful night for lacrosse. However, Tars struggling in the early going on this one. First half of action, 7:12 remaining in the second quarter. Tars trail by 9 behind the 8th-ranked team in the country, University of Tampa, coming out strong.
Yeah, the Spartans really showed why they've been the dominant force in the Sunshine State Conference for the last 4 or 5 seasons with this first half performance that they've turned in here tonight. If you're Rollins, you probably want to try hold them scoreless for this last 7-12. If you can get this to maybe 5, generously 6, you're going to be feeling way better about yourself as you go into the halftime.
I'm going to say that you're going to have momentum going into the half. If you can get 3 goals here, maybe 4, before the end of the first half, the momentum is going to be on your side. This game is such a streaky game. It is such a momentum game. you're going to come out of that second half. I'm sure you're going to make some changes there at the break as Tars will take a shot from outside, and the off-stick hip shot is going to find the back of the net there, coming on the right-hand overhand crank from Blake Buell. So he'll get his 4th goal of the season.
As a defensive midfielder, you're always taught to cut the field in half. So you want to line up sideways against that dodging midfielder. That time Blake Buell saw his man straight backpedaling and knew he could go either direction, put a nice little move on him, and got all the room he needed to fire a wide open shot.
Great shot. You get your hands free like that, you're going to take a rip. And Blake Buell did just that. 10-3 in the face-off department. And that's easily going to be won there by Tampa. Ball worked behind by the Spartans. Back right, swung up, top right, on the deck. Nobody there to challenge, though. A little far out for that. Top center now, the Tars will take a step out, start challenging. As Brush will defend there, top right. We're going to have a foul there. Was that off the ball? I didn't quite see that.
Yeah, it looked like they called a moving pick there on cue.
So that has been their play, setting up that pick, getting the ball to cue. And
yeah, they've had a lot of success with that, but he couldn't quite set his feet on that one.
Yeah, Tars getting the ball over now.
Realistically, there's only so many picks you can set before your feet have to move a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It's the law of averages.
I think they, I think the officials are really looking for, or do you have it, really set? Do you get squared up kind of thing? Do you have that just beat? You need that beat in there before contact is made, really. And if you don't have that kind of, that not even a second in there where you're set up, I think you're always going to get that call here. Pushing the back, no call. Pushing the back again, no call. Ball swung back up, top center. There, Keene looks to drive, nothing doing. All righty, will swing it back behind. At X now for the Tars. Tasher looks up, top left. Keene quickly swings it, top center, over top right now. Long, looks to drive, beats a man, beats another, takes a shot. Big save there from Borowski. Went down to his knees to go get that one. Freshman goalie coming up big. As Tampa will touch it up in the box. Work that one back behind.
Tars conceded the clear a little bit there in order to get their defensive personnel on.
This ball will be worked top right there, and Carlin will get a chance to check off, and Hansen will come on. There's under 4 remaining in this second quarter now. Looking to drive there on Hansen. He'll hand him off there to Brush. All worked at X now. And Tars lucky they didn't get a call there. Yeah, there it is. And a shot and a goal. Let's get the call here from the official.
White 9-1/1 minute.
As you'll have Bluestein credited with the slash there. As I think the Mikes might have picked that one up. Stick coming down right on the helmet there. Kind of a delayed flag, but nonetheless, goal is good.
Call me old-fashioned,
Right,
but
right.
I call that a brush.
You call that a brush? I think that's a sound thing. I think that's, you hear about, referee, or not referees, but umpires in the game of baseball, when they're watching somebody come into a base, they're looking for the foot to hit the base and listening for the ball to hit the glove there, looking down at first base or wherever it may be. I think when you have a sound like that, nothing really sounds like a stick hitting the helmet,
Yeah.
and when you hear that sound, as much of a brush as it is, it's hard just to kind of say, oh well. It's all about it is what it is, but quite frankly, in that situation, if it makes so much noise, the guy with the headphones on can hear it from 35 yards away. I think the flag's coming out. With that, a timeout called by Tampa, out to a 9-goal lead here over your Rollins College Tars. 3:23 remaining in this second quarter of action. Rollins Athletics would like to thank its premier sponsor, Geico, for their ongoing support of Rollins Athletics. With Geico's alumni discount program, Rollins graduates can save even more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to start your alumni discount quote today.
When you're looking for something to pick a team up like the Tars really need here, it could be something as simple as a penalty kill, which the Tars defense has a chance to do now. Last time you saw the Spartans man up, they made a nice pass over the defense and hit the backside, so we'll see if they draw something similar up here out of that timeout.
Yeah, they got that double skip, did the Spartans on that last time. Man down, you'll have out there in the cage for the Tars, Sally, as well as you'll have Rask out there on D, Hansen on D, Jackson, Shimmick, Wyatt Todd as well. Ball work back behind. Top center. We'll work it around. Swinging up top center, looking for that reverse. Not yet. Now they'll start reversing. There's that wheel motion. Swing it back quickly.
30 seconds.
Back left now. See those cutters coming from high to low. Seen that a lot. Tell you what, Spartans are a disciplined team too. They quickly refill when they cut through. Top center, inlet pass. Nicely defended there by Hansen. That's going to come back out. Ball top center. Pass over side right. Pass across the crease. Shot and a goal. Right on top of Sally, and a nice goal there for the Spartans as Tars unable to get that one on the ball movement right on top of the crease there.
There is nothing a defense can do about that. That's absolutely perfect ball movement there from the Spartans.
Hanlon credited with the goal there. He's going out there to take the face for the Tars. Going back with Siddle. Looks like Soodle gets the clamp, tries to come up with it, and it gets stuck in the back of his stick. And that will be turned over to the Spartans. Ball quickly worked over side left, Pugh.
Looked unfortunate for Soodle there. Looked like had the Spartan laying on his stick a little bit, which along with not allowing him to pull it out first time might have even pinched his stick a little bit more than he thought it was already pinched. Prevent that ball from popping out the first time.
Yep. A few years ago, that was the norm. Now that is no longer allowed. No. Ball work top center. Spartans work it over top right. Quickly swung back, switching fields. Ball at X now. Inlet pass as that one just kind of hit Q in the shoulder there, and Sally gets that one knocked down out of the air, and a clear attempt is going to be unsuccessful there by the Tars. And a pass across, and the Spartans are going to lose that one. Tars pick it up. Hansen going the other direction. No numbers, though, for the Tars. Slocum will handle. Ball back left. And Tasher dancing around. Comes around right side. No, works it back left. Under a minute now remaining in this first half of action. Getting right side. Swung all the way up. Top right. Now up. Top center. Calling. Back over top right. Tars looking to dodge from up high. Hands free shot. And that's going to miss the mark there. Out of bounds. Back behind. Back right. 42 seconds remaining in this one. Now second quarter of action. Swung up top center there. Calling. Stutter step. Then goes to his right. There's the quick slide. Quickly worked there by the Tars. Back right. At X. Side. Top right now. Working it down the side right. Shot from outside. It's going to miss the mark. Tars playing with a little bit of fire in their belly here. The closing moments of this one. Ball at X. Quickly works side left. Tasher can't make the handle but picks up the ground ball.
15 seconds here remaining in the half.
Tasher will come around, gets pushed, turns, shoots. Save made. Beautiful save there on the stick side low shot as Borowski goes down to get that one. That ball is going to be flung down at the cage, and that'll be picked out of the air. Can we credit Shimmick there with a save? I don't know about that. As a unimpressive first half for the Tars will come to an end here as they trail 12-2. It has been all Spartans ball and all Spartans in this first half of action. We'll take a break. We'll come back here with some stats from the first half, bringing the second half here in just a few moments' time. For Spencer Mills, I'm Clark Sprinkle, back in about 8 minutes. Welcome back to Winter Park, Florida, where your Rollins College Tars trail the 8th-ranked Tampa Spartans, a score of 12-2 here at the half. Clark Sprinkle here, joined by Spencer Mills. And Spencer, certainly not the first half the Tars wanted.
No, it's not. The Tars really need to regroup there in the lax slab there under the stands to come out in the second half. Positive thing that I always like to think when I'm down a lot at halftime in anything that I'm doing, if the Spartans win a half 12-2, we can win a half 12-2.
Absolutely. It is you know it can be done. I mean it's done all the time. You just gotta switch it up, and what you have to do is you have to forget about the first half, quite frankly. You have to say, all right, that's over with. We're not getting that back. There's no reason to dwell in the past. No, we didn't play good. We didn't. Forget about that. Play like the game 0-0. Come out there and get ready to roll.
Exactly.
As leading goal scorers from that first half, Sinque with 1 for the Tars, and Buell with 1. Q with 4 for the Spartans. You know, Q, a Oakville, Ontario product there. A lot of box lacrosse in Canada. He doesn't need much space to get a shot off.
He doesn't. He's proved he's capable from outside as well as inside. He's got the patience to find the net when he's up close, and he's got that rocket and that placement when he's at distance.
13-3 on faceoffs in that first half. Tars would love to turn that stat around. Unfortunately, they're not going to do that right there, as that one's going to be won there by Menendez for the Spartans.
I think the key for the Tars here, is to trust their matchups a little bit more on defense.
Yeah, they are leaving pretty early on a lot of slides.
And the Spartans have really triggered on that and found the correct passes, and they're moving the ball quickly. But I don't think the Spartans athletes really outshine any of what the Tars have on the field here.
No, you know, you do have some significant athletes. You know, junior Andrew Q, 6'3", 210. I think 210 might be a little low on there, but a very, very strong and fast player is Q. But yeah, you know, from a matchup perspective, I don't think that the Tars are outgunned by any stretch, as really not taking a shot there. That was surprising there, as I thought for sure Hanlon was going to rip that one. Ball top right. Quickly passed over, swung over, side right. There's the shot from outside, as Sally might have got a stick on that. Ball at X coming in back left. Right controls. Trying to drive there on Brush. Brush loses his footing. Helped out there, and a quick shot there from right will find the back of the net. And a goal. Start things off here by the Spartans.
That was a deceptive release there by Wright. Looked like he might pull it out, and then fired one off with not a lot of time or not a lot of room there.
Sophomore out of Morristown, New Jersey there, credited with the goal. On the opposite end of the spectrum there from QQ, 6'3", 210, and Wright, 5'7", 145. Both a threat, as that is Wright's second goal on the evening.
That's why they say anyone can play lacrosse.
Yeah, there's something for everybody. Yeah, I somehow made it onto a team in high school. As a little push there without possession. That's going to be Tar's ball. And should have a delay there, but no call. As I thought that came out of the stick a little bit. Tar's getting called for one of those every so often, but supposed to just drop the ball and kind of rolled it back towards the official there. Seen that call a bunch there, although not there. Driving, top center. Check up high there. Calling, fighting through it. He'll work it back behind. Next, Tasher works it over. Back left. Swung all the way up top left there. Big pass. Tar's looking to drive there. Calling beats a man. Takes a shot from outside. Almost just over the top of the cage there. All worked over, side right. Top center, Ashton. Up to Buell. Blake Buell looks to drive, beats a man, hands free, shot. That'll miss the mark. Hit comes as he loses his footing and ball out of bounds. I feel like that was backed up by the Tars. We're going to have a foul there. Let's get the call. And a legal body check there called against Blaine Birch. He'll sit down for a minute.
Went a little bit high there as Blake Buell beat his man and got that shot off.
I think every time I've seen somebody fall down, or not fall down, but get knocked to the ground this season, officials have said it's a little bit high. Quick pass over there. Nicely defended, though, by the Spartans. However, nicely handled there by the Tars. Quick pass up. Tars can't make the handle. No chase, though, from the Spartans. Calling controls. They'll take a step in. Work it over side right. Quick pass underneath. Quick shot. It's going to ricochet off the side there. It's a foot race to get to that one. Who gets to it? Spartans get to it first on man down. And that will be a turnover there. Tars lose that man up opportunity. Spartans ball. Spartans playing short-handed here and into their offensive end.
4, 3, 2, 1, release.
And all back to full strength now. It's official clearing all of the Tampa players out of the box.
It's a tall task.
I know. You got a lot of them there. Imagine you got to take 2 buses everywhere.
It's a lot of people. You used to have that rule, the freshmen had to double up and all the seniors got their own seat. And I don't imagine they can do that.
No, I don't think so. Ball top left, and Spartans are going to miss the handle. That one's going to go out of bounds, and that will be Tars' ball. So they'll bring it in far side of the field. 13-2, Spartans lead this one. Third quarter of action, 10:20 remaining. All worked over side left, top center now, and a offsides there on the Tars, and that's going to give the ball back to the Spartans. Unforced error there. Not the start to the second half that the Tars wanted, certainly. Again, official coming over, telling the Spartans to back up. If you're not substituting, you got to get out of the box. And we're going to have a, was that withholding?
Looked like withholding, yeah.
Called against the Spartans there. It'll be Tars' ball. They'll step it over midfield. Brush controls. He'll check off. On will go along. Keene checked on already. Hansen checking off. Heading on is Carlin. Ball top center for the Tars, trying to get something going. They've struggled since the first whistle of this one, as looking for that spark. You got to find that spark here to get the team going. There's a step in from outside there from Long. We'll work it back over. Top left. Keene drives, beats a man. Loses the handle on that one, and Spartans come through and pick up the ground ball. Nice defense there by the Spartans, though, to knock that one loose. As a shot from outside, bounce shot. And Sally can't make it to that one. And there's a goal for the Spartans.
Spartans able to score in an odd man scenario. It looked like the Tars got everyone back. They just couldn't quite pick up the runners from the Spartans there. So it looks like you had number 37, Luke Curran. It's his 4th goal of the year on a nice bounce shot, streaking right down the middle. Only the goalie in front of him put a shot that bounces in front of him all the way up to right under the crossbar. It's not a save that you're going to make.
That's a tough task to make. You know, when that bounce shot comes, you're trying to get out there to meet it as quick as you can, and sometimes that'll sneak right over your shoulder, and that's one of those that's going to go in. Hold there called against the Tars, and that will be Spartans' ball. Worked over side left. Ball worked back right. Top center now. Spartans will kind of touch it up there. Work it over side right. Nice check there. There's the drive. There's the shot. That's going to miss the mark. Out of bounds. Back behind. Coming in back. X now is right controls for the Spartans. Swing it over side right. Top left. Looking to drive there on Hansen. Hansen. A lot of fight in him tonight. Jackson will pick him up, though. Tell you what, short stick Mitty's doing an excellent job playing D, as they have all season for the Tars. Hansen and Brush have really been playing some excellent D. So we're going to have a, what was that, an illegal pick there?
Yep, another moving pick there.
Officials
I don't think Q really expected to be setting that pick even, but his man ran off of him, and he ended up in the way of the Tars defender there.
Then I think the officials are kind of watching that now. It's one of those things, coach say, hey, can you watch 42? You know, we think he's moving on the picks. Officials say, let me call the game, and then they go out there and watch him. They say, oh, he is moving. Second moving pick there, but like you said, I didn't think he was expecting that to come off of him right there. As Ashton will look to drive, turns, shoots, scores. Connor Ashton, the Division II player, member of the Division II Team of the Week, turns, shoots, gets a goal. Sunshine State Conference Offensive Player of the Week.
That was a great job by Ashton. Shooting off of that roll allows him to hide his stick a little bit better. And he generated all that momentum off of that roll dodge and put a shot right off hip.
It's a nice job by Ashton. Hopefully he can be a little bit of a spark there. Get the Tars going in their direction. Face-off battled for. You got 2 poles now out there for Tampa. We're going to have everybody hitting the deck there. And we're going to have a push there called against the Tars. And it's going to be Tampa ball. They'll touch it up in the box, top right. All side left, work back behind. Coming around, left side. Tars would love to get a stop here. Can't get it all back at once, but you can at least get the ball kind of rolling in your direction. Nicely defended there by the Tars. Brush coming up big. Ball on the deck. Pick back up there. Hansen will defend. Ball top center now. Spartans looking to drive. Nothing doing. Top right. Taking their time. Swung back up top center. As they'll try and drive up here. Tars stand right with him. Shimmick, excellent job on D there. All work back behind. Timer on, says the official, as the Spartans take their time there. Tars come over the back. That ball is going to kind of bounce around and find the back of the net there somehow. And another goal there for the Spartans. I think I might have heard that was off of Curran, number 37. Freshman midi out of Naples, Florida. Gulf Coast High School product. With a goal there. It's a 12-goal lead now for the Spartans here. Face-off coming, and Tars struggling with the ground ball. Almost getting to that one, and who's going to come up with that nice man ball there by Cowan. However, all picked up by the Spartans. They'll handle on their defensive end. Worked over into the offensive end for the Spartans now. Wholesale substitutions coming. Personnel on that they want. As what do you do in a situation like this here, Spencer? You know, it's a 12-goal lead as well. It's a lot, but it's certainly not insurmountable. I mean, you can score really, really quick in this game. You got to change the tone of the game. How do you go about changing, the tone of a game like this?
Well, like I was saying in the first half, you need to get a spark from somewhere, whether it's a defensive takeaway or a face-off or a fast break goal. The Tars need to just have something go their way. You've had 2 balls dribble in off the backs of players and bounce 3 times before they get in the goal. So when things just aren't going your way, you just need something to change that momentum around a little bit.
No saves for the Tars here this evening, officially. Ball worked up top left. Top center now. Q looks to drive there, nicely defended. He doesn't need much room, but there's the shot. And there's the save. I think we had a save there. Maybe first one of the evening. Tars will work it down on their end. Top center now for Tasher.
Ball is blocked, according to the official scorekeeper.
Blocked on the way to the cage. So not a official save. Ashton steps on there. There's a drive from outside. Tars, time, space, shot, goal, Tars. Jackson calling. Right hand, overhand rip. Gets a goal.
Just how we said, the Tars aren't athletically outclassed in this matchup. They just need to find something to get them going. A perfect example there is Jackson Calling shows on his athleticism and runs right by his defender.
Yeah, no fancy moves, no stutter steps, no skip steps, just speed.
Yep,
That's
exactly.
all that was. That's all that was. Calling, the 6'1", 190-pound sophomore, Lake Highland Prep product. Right here in the Orlando area, Maitland, Florida. Comes away with that. Tars would love to come away with a face-off win. They do, however, almost immediately checked out of their stick. As Brush loses his. Ball on the deck still. We had that release, so Tars can get in there and start mixing it up. You see Tars defense just kind of hanging back, not really getting in there on that one. And the Spartans are going to come away with that. However, missed the handle there. Shimmick up to try and make a play on it. He can't. Tampa back on the attack. He'll drive, take it back behind. Quickly swing it up top right. Ball top center now. Is with that, with the timer on situation here, it seems like we have to have at least a minute plus, minute and, let's call it 10 seconds or so, roll off the clock. We have another moving pick called on the Spartans. I tell you what, once they called that first one on cue, the floodgates have opened. Tars back on their other end looking to get something going here. Hansen will work it there to Buell. Hansen will check off. All top left for the Tars. Going lefty. There, Buell comes back righty. Defended well, passed inside on the ground, and that will be Spartans ball. A great check, however, ball staying in the stick there of Tyrell.
There's a
passed
flag
inside.
Down on what looked to be a stick-on-stick check.
I certainly didn't see a penalty. I figured that would have been off ball. I don't know what that was. Shot from outside, it's going to miss the mark. Ball out of bounds. Back behind. Let's get to the call here from the official.
White number 20, slash.
As we have a slash called there on Sinkyu. I certainly didn't see it.
Looking at the replay, looks like it might have gotten shoulder, but usually you're going to give a team a couple of those before you're going to throw the flag. So I don't know if he's gotten a warning or two on the rides before this, but it is not our decision, is it?
No, it is not. And that'll do it for that third quarter of action. And with that, there will be no face, man up with the ball. And you will have Tampa starting the fourth quarter here with possession. Rollins College Department of Athletics would like to recognize its contributing partners: Geico, Career Source Central Florida, AdPro Team Sports, Coca-Cola, Jude Orthopedic Clinic, Seminole Chiropractic Medicine, Yogurtland, Hilton Orlando and Altamont Springs, Spectrum Sports Performance, Waterboy Sports, Simple Thought Productions, and Jim Hogue Photography. Thank you for all of your support of Rollins Athletics. As going into this fourth quarter, Tars trail by 11 in this one. It is a big hill to climb, but not insurmountable. You just all of a sudden have to play a game that you haven't played in the first three quarters, basically.
Yeah, it would take a Herculean effort, but stranger things have happened.
I mean, 11 goals in 15 minutes is a lot, but you can score that. That can happen. I mean, we had 4 goals in the first 3 minutes. However,
just
that was
factor that out.
Yeah, University of Tampa. You can.
You'll be released at 14.
You can score a goal a minute. It just has to go your way, and you got to change the tone of the game. Tone of the game, like we said, coming out early. Tampa doing a good job, quite frankly, of kind of getting into the Tars a little bit, into their head a little bit, and just kind of saying, hey, we're going to take control of this game in the early going. And it has been all Spartans since the first whistle.
And when you're looking at that 11 goals in 15 minutes, a tall enough task without starting the first minute down a man. And other interesting news here in the Sunshine State, we've got the number 6 ranked St. Leo Lions tied 9-9 with Florida Southern.
Really?
In a game that could affect the playoff positions all over this league.
Yeah, Tars 2-2 in the Sunshine State Conference in this one. I'm not going to, with the Tars having, this and 2 more Sunshine State Conference games left this season. We won't get into the eventualities of who makes what and who has to win what. Everybody's still alive, basically, I think is what it comes down to. Hopefully it comes down to more than a coin flip. Shot from outside. It's going to be off the pipe. Bounced out. Shot from outside again is going to go just a bit outside.
Love the effort from Roy Hansen there, diving in front of the shot of Andrew Q, who's hitting at least 90 on the gun, you know.
Oh, I'm sure at least. There's a shot from outside. There's a save there from Sally. That's going to go almost out of bounds. No, penalty be released. Successful penalty kill there from the Tars. There's a spark for you right there. All even, says the official. Top right. For that step there on Brush. Excellently defended, though, by Brush. Nice handoff there by Shimmick. Passed out of bounds. No, leaping to that one there is Wright. And Brian Wright just made one of the most athletic plays we've seen so far in this one. And a shot there, turn around, shoot, 5-hole there from Vetter. Make it back to a now 13-goal lead.
Matt Vetter has shown off a great stick today.
12-goal lead, rather. Yeah, he has.
Avoiding those aggressive checks of some of these Tars defenders on his dodges and making some great interior catches and interior finishes.
Leading assist maker for the Spartans. You know, you have, who leads in assists? What do they have, 18, 20 on the season at this point? Only has 12, being the leading, assist maker for the team. However, doing a good job nonetheless, as the Tars struggling to come up with a win here on the face-off, and they don't. Slocum will check off. Brush on. Pass there. Ball top center for the Spartans. Looking to drive now on Brush. Ball at X, side right. Trying to drive. Beautiful check there from Shimmick. Ball on the deck, fought for. Tars get in the mix there now. They'll come up with the ground ball. Quickly working to Brush there. Brush works it up the field. Tars with the ball. Top right, side right now. Tasher. He works the Buell. He's got up ahead of steam. The lefty loses the handle, though. Nice check. Stops it before it trickles out of bounds there on the sideline. Tars will slow it down, play a little settled offense here as Hansen will check out Ashton on.
When the Spartans haven't been able to put a poll here on the reigning Sunshine State Conference Player of the Week, they've been playing him really aggressively out high. He has the ball now, though, so we'll see if he can get another dodge like he did last time he had the ball.
Makes a move, nifty little move around there. Tries to slide underneath, gets the double team. He gets hammered, and he'll lose the handle now. Ball on the deck. We're going to have a, I don't know. You see the officials do that so much in this, where they just kind of do this, I'm not really sure, kind of just moving some hands around and directing some stuff, but nonetheless, it's Spartans' ball is the call. We'll work the ball top center.
Smart play there from the Spartans. They've seen Ashton dodge down the alley and roll back to his strong hand and get those shots off. So they slide to his backside and play him for that rollback. That's a sign of good coaching there by the Spartans.
Ball at X coming around right side as Wright swings it up top right. Shot from outside, that's going to miss the mark. Ball out of bounds back behind. Coming through at X. Looking to roll there. Top right now. Top center. Shot from outside. And I think Hansen sucked that one up. Let's give him the save on that one. Looking for that trail check. There it is. Shot. Another save there, and another save there by Sally. Sally comes up big with 2 saves right in a row there. Tars with a break opportunity here. Shimmick gets tripped up from behind. Ball on the deck. I thought we had a slow whistle there. Now we're moving there as Hansen is still down on the ground out there for the Tars. Having some trouble getting off. Hansen, sucked up that shot, went down to the ground, got back up, went back down. Now he's going to take his time coming off. Training staff going out there to help him out now as he'll get an assist coming off the field.
It's been a great effort all evening by Hansen.
Tell you what, he and Lucas Brush doing a really, really good job. All worked in, back behind, unforced error. There's going to turn it over, back to the Tars. Still working in, back right, ball at X. Big pass there from Sally up to the box. As Tars go up to get that one, push with possession coming. Tars getting ready to be up. Slash coming too, no. That was in the helmet. I heard that one.
I heard that one as well.
We had that call earlier. Here I am being made a liar out of, saying, well, when you hear it like that, you got to throw the flag. Heard it pretty darn clear right there, and no flag comes out. Tasher. Hansen around, back behind. Works it over, left side. Top left now, long. Top left. Looking to drive. It's not there. Pass back across. Tars can't make the handle. They'll win the ground ball battle, though. Work it over, left side. Slocum. Through X, right side. Pass back across. Looks over and finds a cutting Joey Sinkyu, who gets a goal there. Man, I tell you what, Tars having some success there with switching the field there and going back across travel. It's a tough pass to make, but if you can make it, you're good to go there.
That was great anticipation there by Slocum. That was got to play with someone for a while to see that cut coming through that much traffic and know that if you put it there, have confidence that he's going to catch it and finish it.
And I tell you what, that's a really nice cut, too, there by Sinkyu.
That is.
Freshman. I mean, I remember when I was coaching the high school game, looking at players and thinking, I really like the way that player cuts. I really like the way they cut. You can learn to catch and shoot and do all that kind of stuff, but it's that instinct of when to make that cut, hard to make that cut, and that makes a big difference. And, well, Sinkyu has it. As Tars will come away with the face-off. My technicality there, but still, they'll take it. They'll touch it up in the box. Calling. Now Ashton. Buell drives from top center, beats a man, takes a shot. That's going to miss the mark, out of bounds back behind.
Looks like Tampa's in kind of a zone, but somebody missed the message there.
Yeah.
And no one picked up Buell as he ran past one man.
That's when you run into issues, when the midfield is playing a zone and the long poles are playing a man defense. You'll run into an issue here or there. Skip pass across. And work back up top center. Ashton swings it over. Top left. Buell drives. Nothing doing, though. Nicely defended there by Tampa. He'll work it back up to Ashton. Ball top right. Calling. Skips it over. Back left. Ours just kind of struggling a little bit, I think it has been, making those passes. They're not right on the money. They're not bad. They're just not that, hitting that receiver in stride that you see in the NFL all the time. As we've got a flag down. Buell will try and work it across. Tampa knocking that one down. And ball's going to be picked up, but we're going to have a foul there on the Spartans. It's going to be Tar's ball. Let's get the call from the official.
Foul is on red, 4-4/1.
As a slash goes against Eric Mullen there, the junior defender of Watertown, New York. Tars will be one man up here, or one for a minute. Working over side left, top center. Top right, side right now. Ashton. Quick pass across. Tars can't make the handle there. That's one of those that's
exactly what you were just talking about with the passes not being on the stick.
You got to put it on that stick, hit somebody right there so they don't have to take that extra effort. And that's one of those things that can make that difference between, making a catch and then making a catch and a shot. You hit somebody in stride, they're easily able to handle it. They're able to keep that momentum going. It keeps their defense off of them. It keeps, everybody else, away from them, keeps that speed going.
Yeah.
You have to, slow up that little bit, and it just kind of takes you out of stride, takes you out of that effort where you're moving everything towards the goal. You're thinking about scoring. You're thinking about where you're going to shoot it, and then the pass is behind you. It's in the dirt or something like that, and you got to stop thinking about what you're going to do next. And everybody says, "Oh, catch the ball first or whatever." You got to be thinking ahead in this game, though. You got to be thinking ahead, and when you gotta, when you have to make that move, slow things down, go back, put all your attention, put all your focus into making that catch. Allows the defense to really recover, defend really easily, and just does not lead to a whole lot of success for you.
Your best case scenario is that it slows down your offense, and your worst case scenario is a turnover. So there's really no positive if you're not putting it right on the ear.
As a kind of a scrum there. And that's going to be turned over to the Tars. They'll step it over midfield. And you see that right there with Keene, even up there at, not really a threat to score. You still just want to make that pass kind of right on the money. Had to go down to one knee to make that grab. Ball top right. Up center, switching fields. Back up. Top left, top right. Swung back over, top left, side left. Hands free. They'll let it rip from outside. Then I'll miss the mark, end up in the Bush Science Center over there. Ball coming through X. Tasher trying to get an edge there. Nicely defended, though. He'll work that back X. Quick pass inside. Nice check, though. Ball on the deck as the Spartans will come through, clear everything out there, and they will come away with that one.
Spartans defense wasn't going to fall for that twice as Slocum was looking for the same pass, find Sinkyu that he had on the last goal.
All worked up across. We got a flag down there. What was the flag for?
It looked like Tasher was attempting to ride, and my guess is that they're going to call a slash, but
I didn't see him make contact with anything.
It seemed incredibly soft to call a slash on.
I don't know what that is. I could see that in the women's game. In the women's game, you don't have to hit anybody for a slash, but in the men's game, you still have to contact somebody for a slash to be called. That'll be that. Let's get the call here from the official.
Hey, slash.
And you got it. Slash there on Tasher. I didn't see any contact, but
Tasher's having a conversation there with the referee, probably saying that was the softest hit I've had all night. And if you're calling that, then call some of the hacks they've had on my arm or something along those lines.
Yeah. Timeout called there by University of Tampa. 3:20 remaining in this one. Tars trail by 11. And Tars just really unable to get it going here in this one. Not really able to get into their game from the get-go. It has been all Spartans since that first whistle.
It really has. It felt like at some point Tampa was going to come out and flex their Sunshine State Conference muscles once again this year, and you didn't want to be on the other end of it when it happened, and it looks like they found their form, and it just so happened the Tars came out a little bit flat against a team that came out looking to prove that they're still alpha dogs here in the Sunshine State, and that's not a recipe for success.
No, absolutely not. Tars struggling from the get-go here as, with that Tars have certainly just kind of looked a little bit off tonight. Passes are not crisp. Defense has struggled a little bit. You've got 3 saves on the evening, all those coming with Sally, who came in relief of Heyman in the first half of action. And Tars just kind of in a funk. Sometimes you have these, though. You have these slip-ups in a season where it's just one of those games where something's just off. But what you got to do is at the end of this one, you just got to say, all right, that happened, and we get a goal there from Tampa. Hey, you just got to move on from this. There's nothing you can necessarily say or do or something in a game that's just kind of a little bit out of hand almost. As you just got to let it go and got to recover.
Yeah, you got a lot of good isn't the word. You got a lot of learning that you can do from the film. So you got a lot of film to watch on this one to see where you messed up.
Yeah. And even the film whatever it is, you just every player on this team knows that they didn't want this to happen. No, you don't necessarily need that from anybody coming in on top of you and yelling and screaming and everything. Everybody's going to feel down after something like this, and you just got to recover and look forward. It's 2 games left in this regular season. Tars still alive to make the Sunshine State Conference tournament, and you got to look forward to that. What do you need to do to make sure that happens? What do you need to do? To beat Embry-Riddle, to beat Palm Beach Atlantic. Senior Day coming up here this Saturday. What do you need to do to win that one? You always want to win your Senior Day game. You want to get that victory. And what do you need to do to go on the road and beat Palm Beach Atlantic?
Other news in the conference, St. Leo pulled away a little bit. They're up by 3 with 1:20 left in that contest. It's probably good for the Tars when you come to look at playoff seeding and playoff berths overall.
As it is under 2 minutes remaining in this one. Tars ready to get out of this one too. Just got to move on and hope that you can make that tourney. Hope that you can face him again and show him a completely different look. Spartans will drive. There's a shot from outside. There's a save from Landon Sally.
Good job reading the stick low and going low. Does it again coming around the corner.
Nicely done, Sally. They're coming up big yet again. A look up, big pass all the way up towards midfield. Tars will work it across there. Portera controls. Tars will lose the handle, under a minute to go here. Worked up there to Ford Johnson. All on the deck. Yet again, little man ball action. Ford calls man. Beautiful check there coming from Scalisi. Knocks it loose, but picked up there by the Spartans looking for that shot from outside. No, it's not there. Work it back up. Top center. Spartans will handle. 15 seconds to go on this one. They'll look to drive. And Tars will pick that one off. Excellent job there. Tars will turn, shoot, and that'll be picked out of the air there by Harrison Bliss, and that will do it in this one as Tars drop this one a score of 17-5 in favor of University of Tampa, as the 8th ranked team in the country has come to town and, well, beating the Tars here.
Yeah, they lived up to the number next to their name, if not a little bit better of a performance than that indicated. It's the team that still has most of the pieces from back-to-back-to-back Sunshine State Conference championships, and it's a team that you're going to have to play your A game against, and the Tars simply didn't today.
Yeah, the Tars never really in this one from the get-go. Couldn't quite get it going early on as an early 4 goals scored there by Tampa. Tampa had their foot on the gas in the early going. Just 2 minutes in, and under 3 minutes in, you had 4 goals. It was 4-0, and it seemed like Tars just unable to recover from that, and they're right out of the gate almost.
Yeah, it's always going to be tough if you fall behind early to find that momentum and get back into it. And with 7 goals in the first quarter, that's makes it even more difficult, we'll say.
Yeah, 7 goals in the first quarter is not, it's a lot. It's not an obscene amount, it's not unheard of, but it's just kind of the way they came, and just kind of the Tars just kind of looked out of sorts for this one and just kind of struggled from the get-go. Let's run down some stats here. That big one, 17-5, the final. Tampa over Rollins. Goal scorers for your Rollins College Tars: Sinque, the freshman, with 2, Buell with 1, Ashton with 1, and Colling with 1 as well. For your Tampa Spartans, Vetter with 3, Wright with 3, Curran with 2, Horn, Hanlon, Seaman, and McGraw all credited with 1, a team goal as well, and then Q with 4. He's certainly a threat there. Is Q, Andrew Q, the junior attackman out of Oakville, Ontario, right outside of Toronto there. The Hill Academy product, leading goal scorer for the Spartans, has a big game. And is certainly a threat at all times. On defense there, some of those team stats. Well, faceoffs won 18-7 in favor of Tampa, as just tough to get a W there when you're giving up so many faceoffs like that for the Tars, but kind of having some success there towards the end.
Big number that shows just the discipline that Tampa had out of this gate is that 18 for 18 on clears. Tars have been a team that have rode pretty well throughout the season.
They have.
But Tampa was really disciplined all throughout the game and really made the right decisions, clearing the ball on offense and on defense.
Yeah, you had Tars going 15 of 18 on clears. Turnovers, not a huge difference there. Actually, 15 turnovers for Tampa, 17 for your Rollins College Tars. And Tars actually edging them out in caused turnovers. 6 caused turnovers for you, Tampa. 9 for your Rollins College Tars. Saves, 8 saves on the evening for the Tampa Spartans, and you had 5 saves on the evening for your Rollins College Tars. Tars 0-4 on man-up opportunities, 2 of 4 there for the Spartans. As 13 shots on goal for the Tars, 22 shots on goal for the Spartans.
We talk about that turnover number being close, but if you cut that down into turnovers per minute of possession, that number is going to greatly favor the Spartans there. As we mentioned, Rollins a little bit sloppy just on passes throughout the entire evening, and that showed with them just not getting the amount of possessions and then being a little bit wasteful, and that's how you only put a single-digit number up on the scoreboard.
Well, Tampa, you see, is heading out, and we will head out as well. We'll be back to cover the men's game this coming Saturday against Embry-Riddle, Senior Day. 4 o'clock start time on that one. We'll have that right here on the Tars Sports Network. Doubleheader for you here, as you've got men at 4 and then the women at 7 o'clock coming up, or it might be 7:30 rather, coming up Saturday evening. So make sure to tune in for that one on the Tars Sports Network. For Spencer Mills, my name is Clark Sprinkle. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Until next time, bye-bye.